Because these cook so quick, you do not have time to get your act together once you start cooking. So make sure you have everything ready. Most of you all know I don't like putting any fried food directly on a plate that has paper towel on it, because whatever side is actually sitting down on the paper towel is going to get soggy, okay? So therefore, you need a cooling rack to go on top of here. Now, because we're doing popcorn chicken and they are small, make sure you have a cooling rack like this that has very small holes in it, okay? You may have one little crumb or something fall through, but this is what your setup should look like, okay? So get your setup ready, get everything ready. I have my oil heating up, making sure that your oil is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's another reason why I like using chicken breasts, because they only take like 2 minutes, 3 tops, okay? All you need to do is get that golden brown. That chicken's gonna fry so fast inside that batter, you'll be amazed, okay? This is not a copycat recipe, just inspired by. So we're going to marinate our chicken. I just have 4 chicken tenders here. I'm gonna cut them up. For my marinade, I am going to use mayo. That mayo, I am going to add the liquid from some pickled jalapenos, as well as some of my fiery hot Pam's Prep seasoning. Now, you want to marinate this at least 30 minutes up to overnight, okay? Okay, set that aside. Now, for our chicken, you can use as much or as little as you like. This is just for myself today, so I'm not cooking a ton of it. I'm going to slice this right down the middle like that. And then we're going to just slice it into chunks. Now again, because this is popcorn chicken, you can make it the size you want, but I like it to be about that size, where once they're breaded and everything, you can still pop them right in your mouth. Go ahead and put them in the marinade, trimming off any pieces that you don't want on there. I am also using chicken breast. You can use thighs. Make sure they are well coated in the marinade. You can put them in the refrigerator until you're ready for them. Next thing we need to do, we had our marinade in there. Our marinade was seasoned really well. You need to add flavor in layers. Always, no matter what you're cooking, add your flavors in layers, all right? So what I have here is flour and cornstarch. The reason why you want to use both is because this cornstarch is going to add an extra crispiness to the flour. If you just use flour by itself, yeah, it'll be crispy, but that crispiness is going to fade fast, all right? The cornstarch will help maintain your crispiness. Okay. And cornstarch. I don't use an equal amount of cornstarch, but I do use a good amount of cornstarch, which I need to buy some. Okay. Now I want you guys to mix your cornstarch and flour together along with the seasoning. And we put in Pam's Prep Fiery Hot seasoning, so we're going to put that in this as well, okay? I'm just gonna take my top off because I know I want more that's gonna shake out. All right, give this a good stir. You want it to be well combined, but you also want to see your seasonings in the flour. If you cannot see the and that's after you've whisked it together. If you cannot see your seasonings in the flour, you need some more seasoning, okay? And as you can see, I'm putting more seasoning in, okay? You don't have to color your flour. You don't want it to turn colors, but you want to be able to see your seasoning. If you look real closely, you can see fine specks all through the flour. That's the seasoning, and that's what you want to see. Now the next thing we want to do is take just a little bit of our marinade and incorporate it into our flour, okay? You don't need a lot. Drizzle it around, and then we're going to combine it on in. Take the same whisk and just kind of combine it in there. It's going to make it kind of lumpy. That's going to help you get all those nice little itty gritty bumps and lumps throughout your coat and flour once it's on the chicken, okay? See how your flour looks lumpy now? That's what you want it to look like after you incorporate some of that marinade. Now that we are waiting for our skillet to come up to temp, you want to go ahead and start putting your popcorn chicken into the flour. Try to drop them in separate places around in your flour, not just drop all of it in at once, okay? Now, when you get ready to put this in a skillet, this is small pieces. If you're comfortable with putting it in, go ahead and use your hands. If not, you want to use a tool, maybe something like this, to scoop it up and put it in there. I like to do it with my hands. That way I can make sure I put them in individual pieces and they won't be all clumped up together. Okay, now for the amount of chicken that we have, once we get it all into our flour mixture, right before you get ready to put it in the skillet, make sure you run it through the flour again so that you won't have any pieces stuck together. You should pretty much be up to temp now, so when you put it in there, you want to put in one piece at a time in different spots, okay? Again, this is only going to take a couple of minutes to fry up. Work in batches, still don't overcrowd your skillet. You do not have to worry about actually turning it over, but go in and just move it around with your spatula or whatever you're using. You will also know when your chicken is done, it'll start floating to the top. You should only have about 1 inch of oil in here. You don't need a lot of oil, but it should still start to float to the top, okay? And you will also listen, you will hear the fry sound kind of tame down some, and it just won't be as loud. And at that point, you'll know it's time to check my chicken, time to get my chicken out. And that's just not for this popcorn chicken, that's for any fried chicken, okay? Look at that, guys. Doesn't that look amazing? Look at that. Look at that. Looks delicious. So we are all done. Don't they look amazing? Oh my goodness. Now, you can pair this with any kind of sauce you want. But honestly, I'm not much of a sauce girl. But what I am is a red hot sauce girl. Frank's to be specific, okay? That is by far my go-to. I love it. Oh my goodness. Ooh. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I just like to sprinkle some hot sauce right on top of my popcorn chicken. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Ooh. Doesn't that look amazing? Yes. Oh, I could really stand a little bit more. We're gonna taste this. Returning subscribers, thank you so much. And channel members, thank you. If you are not subscribed to the channel, take a second and subscribe. Let's get to 1.5 million subscribers. Oh my goodness. Oh, the hot sauce, the Pam's Prep Fiery Hot. Ooh, the mayo with the jalapenos. These got some heat to them. If you don't want the heat, you don't have to add the jalapeno juice to the mayo, just add water. You can also use buttermilk. You don't like the heat, instead of using Pam's Prep Fiery Hot, use the regular or the no salt. Make you some sauce if you want barbecue sauce, honey mustard sauce. I'm not a saucy person, but I love my hot sauce. Oh my goodness. I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.